We're gonna turn these into this. I'm here to motivate you. You can do what I'm about to show you. You just have to start your project. In this video, I'm gonna provide easy steps, tips, and tricks to installing carpet tiles, and then I'll give you a little review on how it went at the end. And just a secret between you and I've never done this before. This is 18 square feet, very easy to transport. We chose these carpet tiles from Lowe's, this product number. They have a thicker pile than some of the other options. That's what we wanted for a nice cozy bedroom feel. So you see how these two pieces look different color? Like this is a darker and this is a lighter. Carpet tiles are directional. On the bottom they have an arrow. Every piece needs to have the arrows going the same way. Now when you look at them, they're the same color. These tiles come with two adhesive strips already put on the back. Pull this off and then that'll expose the sticky glue. You're gonna end up with a ton of this kicking around, so you're gonna wanna have a trash bag handy. We are gonna start laying the carpet along the landing of the stairs because I wanna make sure that those edges are the cleanest edges. I don't want anyone tripping on the top of the stairs. First one is laid. When you're laying tiles down next to each other, you want to kind of slide it in from the side so that none of the carpet fibers get trapped underneath and in between the tiles. Once you get them there, you can rub your hand across the seam. It'll kind of blend the carpet together. You can perform this step by just giving it a good vacuum afterwards. Well. Using a straight edge here. I just replaced the blade on this and it seems like it's cutting it. So you don't need anything more than an X-Acto blade. Pretty easy. Now I'm gonna do a layout of the next row just to make sure that everything lines up before I pull the adhesive tape. When I'm laying these out, I'm making sure that all the arrows are pointing the right direction. I've decided I'm going that way with the arrows. I'm hoping that that means that I won't make a mistake and accidentally install one backwards once I get further along. So here's the intersection of two pieces here. I think it'll look best if I put the next tile so that it straddles that middle line. There's many different designs how you can lay these tiles down. Cut two pieces. We could probably use another vacuum. Yeah, so there's like a bunch of little fibers that fall off as you move things around. Let me see. Yeah, you can see all this stuff. Cutting it definitely adds to the fibers, but just moving things around, I'm realizing that some of them fluff off. But you want to get all this stuff up before you lay things down on top of it because you want the adhesive to be touching the floor, not dancing on all these little wispies.
You're vacuumed out for the next row.
Oh yeah, that's a smooth edge. Almost every time I cut, I'm gonna have to vacuum because it sprays a bunch of those carpet whiskers everywhere. If you run into something like this where a piece terminates and you have only like a 3-inch piece left, the way to do this so that you're not installing a small piece is to cut this larger piece down so you have a meaningful size piece that terminates to the wall. I got a couple scraps from earlier, so these will be the perfect length. I'm just gonna cut this larger size down so that these fit at the ends. One of the tricks I'm learning here is the glues kind of inboard of the edge. You can come in at an angle and slide it easy without having the glue touch the ground. Also, once you get it semi in place and you need to shift it slightly, you can grab the fibers and wiggle it in a little bit more. You may find that in some scenarios that a faint line shows up. Not sure if you can see this, but there may be a line right here. This line is hardly detectable, but I'll give you a couple of tips on how to get rid of it. Take your hand and rub circles along the line. And what that does is it blends each fiber in the adjoining pieces together. They make something called a carpet comb or a carpet brush. You can use one of those or you can just use your hands. I found that giving the carpet a back scratch helps a little bit, get your nails involved. Another potential cause to having some of those lines be a little more pronounced, what I noticed on some pieces is that the edges were slightly curled. What you're gonna wanna do is take your pieces out and lay them flat and make sure that each one of them is nice and flat before you start to install, because any little bend and curl is gonna show up when you try to smush them together. Good girl. Having a nice cozy space, whether it's a loft or the upstairs of your cabin, just makes a big difference. Yes, you're welcome. She no longer has to sleep on the hardwood floor up here. Well, at the very least, we learned something today. And if you ask me, turned out great. This is gonna be a perfect place to set up as a bedroom, and it'll be nice and cozy. If you're interested in watching cabin build videos, check out the Wicked Alaska homepage. You'll find a video where we built this whole cabin in 1 year. See you on the trail.